Hi there, and welcome to Ivan's Daily Photo. We are on day 20. And today I wanted to just talk about one of my favorite composition guidelines, and that is negative space. The reason I thought of it is because negative space is one of those guidelines of composition that doesn't get used often. And part of it is because a negative space is when you leave about 75 or more of your frame, of your actual photograph, empty. And it's something that we are not, our culture is not really good about leaving stuff empty or leaving things alone, or in the sense of not using things. Or we tend to be more like, let's fill in the frame, let's put as much as we can in the frame. And what negative space does is that it simplifies the message of the photographer to the viewer, in that it is easier for the photographer to tell the viewer, this is what I want you to pay attention to. And so think of this as you are building images for presentations, or if you have a message that you want it to get across really, really strong, negative space is wonderful for that. Negative space is also really good to provide a sense of calm and serenity, because it tends to be really clean, and there is no much noise or distraction on the photograph other than the element that you want. So it becomes kind of a challenge to actually go out and create an image with negative space, especially if you're used to just putting a lot of stuff on the frame, like a beautiful landscape, or a beautiful building, or a family portrait, or kids with toys and things, or maybe a kid on a park with the stuff on the background. So negative space will call or force you to make sure that the background is completely blurred or completely gone. And the best use of negative space is when you have no distractions on the background, and the element that you want the viewer to see is the only element that is jumping out of the frame. So let me share with you some photos that I created just using negative space for today's daily photo. Okay? So when we're talking about negative space, this is what I refer to. It's an empty frame that, and the subject is just taking about 25% of the frame, and as you can see, it makes the subject stand out very, very clearly. So here's an example. The next one I tried was this one, and because the shadow is distracting, even though I just have an element, it becomes part of the frame. So I moved the subject forward in so that the shadow wouldn't be part of my photograph, and simplify the photo to make it even better. And this is what I end up with, a cleaner negative space approach. Because here's another one that I was playing with. The attempt is a good one. The problem is that there is, even though it's just a curtain on the back, because of the shadows and the lines in the curtain, those are very distracting. So I go back inside and I start playing with more cleaners objects. So I like this one. It's clean, colors are working on it. And then I try something else, and this is what I really enjoy. It's a beautiful, clean composition, straight lines. My horizon is below the middle of the frame. It's a kind of rule of thirds approach to it, so it makes it more dynamic, and the natural light bouncing in from the window is making this stand out, and I like how it looks. So this is my photo for today using negative space. Hope you like it.